Okay, so when you go from dating to then being married,
right?
What happened?
Okay.
Like how is us together any different from before?
Okay.
So what, like, did some supernatural morphing of spirits happen in a lab in heaven or something?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what happened when you and like, yeah.
Okay.
And so, when does it happen?
Okay. Yeah. What is it and when?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
like at what point in the ceremony could the couple leave and go have sex and you would be okay with it?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. After the vows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could just leave then.
Yeah.
And then you would be fine.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when Jesus would be okay with it. After the vows.
For me, yes.
So after both people have said I do.
Yep.
Then.
Because now you've made your commitment to each other.
Okay.
Right. And I think that's the difference, right? Because now I'm moving from dating, which is like that option, like I can leave. That should be like, you know, I can date, I can break up with you, right?
Yeah.
It's not a permanence where marriage should be. I know we're talking about the ideal of it, but marriage should be a permanence, right? You know, the whole, you know, so like when we do our vows, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in sickness and in health, right? For rich or for poor, all those things. Like we're making these commitments to say we are with you regardless of the seasons of life that are ahead of us, right? Regardless of what may come, we're with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think to me, that's like the a massive difference is in dating and marriage is the permanence of it. But I think that also when in that moment when vows happen, we're saying I do to these things that, or like you wrote your own vows, right? And so,
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, hey, and so and my wife and I wrote our own vows, okay. And I think that so whether you're reciting the vows or you're repeating the vows, you're reading the vows, whatever it is, when you've made that vow, that commitment to each other, and because usually at that point, right, the I do's, and then the pastor or the officiant will say, now that these two have said their vows, I pronounce them husband and wife,
okay.
Right? And then there can usually be the last kind of parts of the ceremony. You see like the wedding rings, the symbol of the wedding ring and all that kind of stuff, and the blessing of the marriage, all that stuff. But you've made your commitment. You said, and I really believe in those moments that there's an actual grace that is present in there. And this is kind of getting back to what we were talking about with sacraments. Okay. And how in the Catholic Church, they really do believe that in matrimony, in that moment, that there is a grace that is infused, imparted, however you want to phrase that is present, that is there. And so that's where I agree with that. Like, I think there is a grace that is present as couples say that I do, because now we're entering into a covenant, not just with one another, but we're entering into a marriage covenant between us and the Lord. And I think so anytime we enter into a covenant, there is grace present. Okay. And so I'd really believe that that's in that moment, that's a huge, massive difference between the dating and the marriage. And now we have grace.
Yeah, but where is that?
Like physically, you mean, or
like where, like okay. So if I got done getting married and then I was like, well, this is permanent now, she'd be like, it wasn't permanent before. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the?
But the reality is, it wasn't permanent before.
Okay.
I mean, just calling it for what it is, right? Like until we've made our vows with each other, until we've entered into matrimony with one another, like it's not permanent. Like we're dating and we're engaged, but at any point in that time, an individual can say, I break up, I'm
the
leaving,
difference is the fact
and there's
that
no sin there.
The
right?
difference is the fact that I said it's permanent, so therefore
Well, no, it's
something happens in the heavens.
It's the sense that it's not just saying that it's permanent, but it's the idea of that we are making a permanent commitment. So I guess in that sense, yes.
Okay.
And then at that point, in that moment where we're becoming, it's like the beginning of that one flesh movement where I am leaving father and mother and I am becoming one with my spouse. Mm-hmm. Like that's that moment where grace is present and grace is there.